Hello folks, and welcome to your day's beer review. I haven't done a beer review last night or a couple nights in a row because I drank too much and my stomach's still kind of healing a little bit, but it does verify why I don't drink wine and why I prefer beer. It's a heck of a lot easier to overdrink wine, especially because they make wine glasses in ridiculously huge sizes, and you're only supposed to do like 5-ounce pours when you can fit like 10 ounces in there, no problem, and still have space left. Okay, but enough on that. So, since my stomach's still a little bit queasy, I figure what better than a nice light session beer, and that is, of course, Gordon Biersch's Sommerbrau, which is a Kolsch-style beer. Now, they call it a Kolsch-style beer because you can't find... Kolsch is a protected demonym for beers from Cologne in Germany. Hence, any beer made outside of Cologne in Germany has to be called Kolsch-style. So let's go ahead and read the back of this. Sommerbrau. This beer is a golden, light-bodied beer brewed in Cologne, Germany, fermented using a special top-fermenting yeast strain. The pinpoint fine bitterness of the German Tettnang hops and crisp finish make this beer perfect for summertime enjoyment. Prost! No, the review's not over yet. They say the toast at the end. So, as it says, this is a hybrid style, and as you know, I love hybrid sessions. Hybrid styles are session strength. Though I have to say, this is kind of different from all the other Kolsch styles that I've had. And I'll go into that in just a little bit. So we're going to be using a Pilsner glass, because the traditional Kolsch glass is also long and fairly narrow. And I am really messing this up a little bit. That's okay. Life is good. So I shouldn't have this big of a head, but that was my poor pour. So it's a yellow color, I'd say slightly darker than the Pilsner, but just by a tad, with a thick, fluffy white head. Very carbonated, as you can see here. Well, probably can. Maybe. Yeah. So, part of the top fermented thing, even though this is lagered like most German beers are, as a top fermenting ale, the main notes in the nose are, of course, fruity notes. Apples, pears, a slight white wine sort of flavor, almost like a Riesling. And underneath that, the hops, which do have a floral note. But generally, it's malt smells that I'm getting out of this. Crisp, slightly prickly carbonation. I don't really get much fruit flavors out of the malts. There's a certain how should I put it? It's kind of hard to say. a light crackeriness to it. Compared to other Kolsch styles I had, there was a strong fruitiness. Well, I wouldn't say strong fruitiness, but a distinct fruity note to the taste and on the palate. But it's kind of lacking that. If I could say it would be any fruitiness whatsoever, it would be a fermented fruit, almost like an apple cider of some sort, or perhaps a pear cider would be more apt. Apple, because it doesn't really have that distinct apple taste. But this is sort of like a cidery. That said, it's not overwhelmingly cidery. It's sort of a subtle note. The hops play a big part in the finish here, which is what's striking for me. It's almost Pilsner-esque in its finish. Bitterness. Not spicy as Pilsner, but still got some spice to it. And not as clean as, say, a Pilsner would be, but still very, very clean finish. There's still hints of malt in the finish, I mean. But most of all, light and refreshing. You could drink a lot of this and not have it hammer you too bad. This is at 4.8 ABV, which is actually kind of on the heavy side for a Kolsch style. 4.6 or 4.5 would probably be closer to a European norm. Which makes sense because this is a summer beer. You would drink it in mass quantities during the summer while it's hot. Because it's refreshing. I have to say, I kind of like this. I just, they say that this is actually closer to the true German style than the Kolsch styles brewed in America, which have a bit more of an American profile. And I've heard more of the fruitiness, that the cleaner, more hop-dominant presence is something that's actually true to form for German beer, German Kolsches. So... it's kind of a mixed bag for me. That said, I would buy it again, and I would drink it again, and I do enjoy it. If there were other Kolsch styles, though, on tap, I would probably go with them. If there was a good Pilsner on tap, I'd probably go with them. But I would not go and refuse this by any means. So, folks, that's your beer review for tonight. Gordon Biersch Sommerbrau. A great example of the style if you're looking for something that's true to the style in Germany. But if you're looking for something a little bit more radically different from, say, a Pilsner, I would say try the more American ones. Sam Adams brews a good one for their spring collection. So, Gordon Biersch Sommerbrau. Prost!